Hi everybody, welcome to Onefootball Live. We're back again. It's Thursday night. It's time to talk about football. Today's show, I'm joined by Ed McCambridge again.
Back again, second week. Thank you for having me.
Second week and second time he's blown me away with his shirt choice.
Retro
England shirt.
That's it.
Tomorrow we're going to be back doing a live show about the World Cup draw. So make sure you tune into that on Friday. Don't watch the boring FIFA stream where Sepp Blatter will inevitably pop up and sort of try and take the show. Watch us on YouTube from 4 o'clock Central European time, I think it is.
Yes.
We'll be talking all things World Cup draw, and we'll be giving you the results live, so you don't have to bother with all the boring FIFA stream. But today, we're going to be talking about Russia as well. We've got a nice little a feature on Russia that we can show you later. We went undercover in Moscow. We didn't. It was somebody else.
We weren't there, just for the record.
Yeah, because you've got to keep, be careful with Russians. So we're going to show you exactly what you're going to be expecting, what you can expect from Russia next year. It's going to be a pretty amazing World Cup, I think. I'm really getting excited now that the World Cup draw is about to happen. So we're going to be showing you that. We're going to also show you Ed, who I'm really jealous, got to meet Cristiano Ronaldo.
I asked, and I got it.
Yeah.
Don't ask, don't get.
Yeah, exactly. You got to ask for it, and then you might get it. And we've got a quiz, which we're going to do quite soon. And this week, it's going to be you guys versus this guy. So I need you guys to step up your game and make sure this guy loses the quiz against you guys.
Anyone that watched last week will have seen that I absolutely smashed it. So bring it on.
That was Premier League. This time it's going to be about World Cup qualification. So you better be on your A game. What I'm going to do is get you guys just type in the answers when I ask the question, and then I'll just see what the most typed answer is, and then I'll pick an answer for you guys. So make sure you type, otherwise your voice won't be heard.
And then you'll hear the right answer.
Well, maybe. But we'll do the quiz in a minute. First, we're going to have to talk about Premier League. But before we do that, I want to say hi to you guys. So we had the football community said he was first, and he was first. Usually never the case. Ross McCollum says hi. How are you doing? Foxy Player says Meoku.
Moku to you, sir.
Moku, yeah, Moku to you. Yeah. What a name. Sorry, let me get this. Oluwapelumi Adeniran says really. Don't really know why, but Owen Tully says hi. I remember Owen Tully, Pirate Pokemon Go. I remember you as well. Nice username. Loads of people saying hi. I met my nan last year in North Korea, says Gaming Football King. That's a bit random. And Lakshya, I remember you saying hi to me and Ed. Lovely to see you guys.
Nice
Make
to
sure
see
you
you
subscribe to the YouTube channel. You'll always be kept up to date with all your footballing news, and you can get the OneFootball app, and that way you will always be informed, like we are, about football. We know all our football knowledge.
We know it all.
Yeah, got it all. So, guys, let us know if you want us to talk about something. And I've got the first question here from Ariyesh Ranjan. He says, can Arsenal now challenge for second or third place?
Well, good question. I think a lot of that will hinge this weekend.
Yeah. Big game. Who are they playing?
Arsenal against Manchester United. It's in London. I think this game is. I mean, it's not so much about who's going to challenge for the title, but I think one of those teams can really make a. I mean, it can smash the other team way out of the race. If there was any chance,
this guy's going to be injured though.
Well, I mean, he had an absolute barnstorming performance last night for Arsenal against Huddersfield, along with just about everybody else. But yes, they're playing Manchester United, different kettle of fish this weekend. It's going to be interesting.
How big a miss is that then, Lacazette not being there?
Well, I'm a massive fan of Olivier Giroud, but I think what Wenger's trying to do this season is to sort of try and move away a little bit more from having a big man, and he wants pace. He wanted someone to get up there and match sort of Ozil's speed of thought with Sanchez's speed, and try and build a trio. But I mean, it's not looking like that might be the pair for future. Yeah. But he's a big part of the way they're playing now, and I think it's a big blow. But Olivier Giroud is a man who can step up to the mark.
Well, and he came on at half-time for the injured Lacazette, and he scored. So he's probably feeling good. Let us know, guys, in the comments if you're an Arsenal or Manchester United fan. I'm an Arsenal. Whoa! Hey. I'm a Manchester United fan.
Oh my God! Rewind that. Rewind it.
I'm a Manchester United fan. Oh my God! I can't believe that happened. My dad's actually an Arsenal fan, which shows you how well he did.
Freudian slip, mate. Freudian slip.
Yeah. No, I like Arsenal. I don't mind Arsenal. I'm a Manchester United fan. Let us know in the comments. I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans here. Come on, you Gunners, says Nishad. Oluwapelumi says, you surprisingly pronounced my name well. I'm very proud of that. Oluwapelumi?
Oluwapelumi, I know.
It's a cool name.
It's a good name, yeah.
I'm really jealous of that name. Ben Fraser Simpson's talking about your forehead. What's going on there?
Well, it's a bit out of order.
I know.
I know.
Really? Come on, Ben.
Come on, mate.
Caroline saying, nice shirt, Ed. Can't wait to be more informed.
That's
Thank
why
you,
I'm
Caroline.
here. Thank you very much, Caroline.
Caroline
Whoever you
Emily.
are.
Yeah. Hello from Syria says gameplays, and somebody else said hello from Syria. Football Highlights said hello from Syria as well. So cool to see you guys watching as well. Owen Tully says yesterday was his last day of school, so he's got plenty more time to watch Onefootball.
Good lad. We'll be here for you.
That's the stuff. We're going to talk about Mo Salah later, Doran Boy. We're going to talk about whether Man City are going to go invincible or not. That's a big question.
Yeah.
Arsenal were the last team to do that. I think you're right. A lot hinges on this game because United are the only team right now still sort of halfway keeping pace with
8
City.
points is a lot, but you're right. I think looking around at the teams around Manchester City, they're the only ones that could, possibly stake a claim. Possibly go for the title. I think City are making it really too difficult for the other teams around there. You saw last night how close they were run.
Yeah.
But Sterling popped up with a goal at the last minute, and those are the moments.
That's
that
what
win you
makes
the Premier
champions,
League.
yeah, isn't
Exactly.
it? This man Guardiola, he's happy this season. Last season it didn't really quite work out for him. People were already trying to say, that maybe he's not cut out for the Premier League, but this season it's ridiculous, really. They haven't. They've dropped very, very few points. They've dropped. Wait, what's it been? I think they've won all but two games, isn't it? Let me check for a moment.
Didn't they draw against Everton when Rooney scored? I might be wrong.
Oh, you might be. Well, they drew once.
Yeah.
I think it was then against Everton. Yeah, 44 goals scored in 14 games.
Amazing. I think they're
Unreal.
on track to break the record, aren't they?
Yeah. But meanest defence in the league, Man United.
Yes.
And a lot of people say it's not attack that wins you the league; it's the defence. I think it's both, to be fair. But United are going to have a bit of a blow ahead of this weekend because Matic is a doubt.
Yeah.
He's not been ruled out. What do you make of that? Can they play well without Matic?
Well, I think they can play well without Matic. It's just they can't play quite as well without Matic. He's obviously a massive player. You saw the impact that it had on Manchester United, over Chelsea when he swapped clubs. It was a strange move for
Very
Chelsea
strange.
to let him go, and he's proved almost immediately just how valuable he can be to a team when he's a bit of faith is showed. But I think Manchester United do have a player that can step up in Ander Herrera. I know you're a fan of Herrera.
I'm a big fan, yeah. I think he's not quite... Matic, the thing that Matic does so well is just calm all the time.
Yes.
He never panics.
Yeah, he's good.
And he's made United a much better team this season. You look at the leadership he has on the pitch right away. The first game he was there, Mourinho loves him. And the first game he was there, he was barking orders on the pitch. Lukaku at the moment isn't quite firing as much as we'd maybe like.
But someone's on the way back, aren't they? Someone's getting a few minutes now, an alternative up front, not
Zlatan.
a bad to have.
Yeah, big Zlatan. He's a huge bonus for the team. And I think United, they need to win this game against Arsenal to stay in touching distance with City. Remember also that City and United haven't played each other yet, so there's still 6 points in the ether there.
And Arsenal are only 4 points behind Manchester United at the moment. Yeah. And they're on, I would say, a better run. They've both won 3 games consecutively. But Arsenal's loss before that came against Manchester City. Man United's Huddersfield, I believe. No, Chelsea. It was Chelsea. They lost 1-0 to Chelsea. And against the big teams this season, Arsenal have actually done quite well. They took an absolute spanking off Liverpool right back at the start of the season, lost 4-0.
Yeah.
But since then, they've lost against City. That happens, as I think we can expect from pretty much everybody this season.
Yeah.
But they've beat Burnley, they've beat Everton. Burnley away is no easy game, and they won that 1-0.
Yeah.
They actually
a little bit of help from the ref there, maybe, or certainly lucky to have a penalty in the last.
I think so, but
minutes.
you saw the winning goal that Sterling got against Huddersfield 2 weeks ago. That was the luckiest thing I've seen. That just bounced up, hit him on the stomach, and flew in. Yeah. They're all going to get lucky moments.
Yeah, and you've got to be there.
Exactly,
as a player, if you're not there, it doesn't bounce up against you. You make your own luck a lot of times.
Yeah.
But a lot of predictions coming in here. Arsenal 2, Man United 1. Arsenal 1, Man United 3 is another prediction here. And here, who do we think is going to come second? I've seen somebody ask that question before. Is it guaranteed that City are going to win the title? Pretty much.
I wouldn't want to bet against them.
No.
I don't think it's guaranteed, especially not this day and age in the Premier League. You saw Leicester won it a couple of years ago, so predicting things is often a fool's errand in the Premier League. But I think they look far too strong this season, and they're playing with such a swagger that I think it might be on anybody to actually reach them. Second place is the more interesting battle, obviously. I think a lot of people a few weeks ago would have said Tottenham Hotspur are the best team. I think maybe they have the best 11 the way they play together, but we've seen that it can all go wrong.
Yeah.
And
It's gone badly wrong,
think second is probably Manchester United this season.
Yeah, okay, well, there you have it from Ed, the prediction. I mean, I reckon, I really would love to see City slip up. You never know.
It would be amazing.
It could happen.
It would be an absolute crumble.
Yeah. But they've got such a depth in the squad, that means one or two players injured. Like you'll see Man United, if Matic is injured for instance,
Yep.
it immediately just pulls the quality down.
I mean,
Whereas
imagine if
City,
Kevin De Bruyne gets injured.
it's not great, but they've still got David Silva.
Yeah, they've got some amazing
You
players,
know.
but they're becoming quite reliant on Kevin De Bruyne's
That is true.
creativity. I mean,
That is true.
they're not lacking class and talent in other areas, but I mean, to lose a player like that with that much swagger at the moment,
Yeah.
I think that would be a massive blow to anybody. You know, any team, City, no matter how well they're playing, need these players to be on form if they want to keep that train going.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit more about the Premier League, and then we're going to do the quiz. So, guys, get ready for the quiz. We're going to be there soon. A couple of people say Arsenal 4-0, says Nishad.
That's bold.
I don't know.
That's bold,
Doran
Nishad.
Boy says 1-0 United. Ryan's joined us. He says Arsenal 2-0, I hope. Oluwapalumi says Arsenal 2-0.
There's not a lot of love for United on there, is there? We've got a lot of Arsenal fans watching.
De Gea fan says Man United 2-1. I think it'll be a close game.
That's quite conservative for a De Gea fan, you know? You think
he would have said 2-0, really.
He thinks his boy's going to let one in.
Oh dear, oh dear. Well, let's talk about a completely different team. Hold on. We're going to talk about Everton because, well, first of all, did you guys see that goal that Rooney scored? He scored a hat-trick yesterday.
Yep.
And
against the mighty West Ham.
Against David Moyes.
Against his old coach. How
no
could he do that
mercy.
to him? He raised him from a pup.
Oh, I have no mercy. I'm not a big fan of David Moyes, and I think he's completely the wrong man for West Ham. And I think Everton have got the right guy to take them forward, at least for now. He's got a 1.5-year deal, Sam Allardyce. What do you reckon?
I think Allardyce is just one of those Marmite managers. You know, he's not one for the purists, is he? His teams are never going to play this free-flowing football. He can call himself Allardyce all he likes. They're never going to play that sort of style. But there is nobody better in the business at just shoring up a team's defence, making them difficult to beat. And, I mean, they still score. They're good on the counter-attack. Allardyce teams, they're good from set pieces. There's goals in them. But, I mean, this defence of Everton's really needs sorting out. And they've got the number one guy to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a shame when he didn't get the manager's job. And there is a famous quote that Ed was just alluding to where Sam Allardyce said if his name was Allardyce, then he would probably get the Real Madrid job or the AC Milan job back in the day. That was when he was Bolton manager, I think.
Yeah, but he makes a good point, perhaps, that a lot of British managers are overlooked because there's something maybe more exotic and stylish on the continent. He may have a point, but he did get the England job.
Well, now he's got and
that's a big
I
job.
think it's a real shame that he didn't get a crack at that. It was a sort of botched sting, but let's not talk about that now. What I want to talk about is Everton winning 4-0. I think a little bit. I mean, while David Unsworth was still in charge, I think that the team is a little bit freed up when you think, oh, we've got a new manager now. The question marks are gone. Now they're going to be playing Huddersfield.
Yes.
They're going to be hosting Huddersfield. Do you think they can win that?
I think they can win that. It's Big Sam's first game. If Rooney, gets that form back, they just made him score that hat trick. I mean, that third goal Rooney got was out of this world. It was coming at him, and he just absolutely laced it over poor old Joe Hart, who's not had the best 3 or 4 years actually, has he?
Yeah. Not the best 3 or 4 years. That's not something you want to hear.
It's not going very well, is it? But he's probably still going to be the England goalkeeper.
I really hope he isn't. I mean,
I hope he's not as well.
Pickford, Fraser Forster, Butland's. I think he's injured again.
Yeah, but I'll be stunned if Joe Hart's not standing between the sticks when we play a team next summer. But back to the Premier League, I just think that Big Sam coming in, maybe they can get that boost. Rooney's got a bit of form back. They've got something to go for now. They've had the shackles taken off by this Dutch style of football that Koeman had them playing. It didn't feel very right for them. They're all a bit disjointed. And I think this is the game. I think this is the game we're going to see the Everton we all hoped we'd see when they went on that spending spree in the summer.
And this is the last thing I want to talk about this. I mean, this is the first time Sam Allardyce has got money to spend, presumably. He's got a decent squad. This is probably the best squad he's taken charge of, maybe bar the England squad, but I'm not even that optimistic. Yeah, that was a better squad. But, how should Crystal Palace fans feel? Because he stopped, he left there. He said, I don't want to do anything except international management. and then now he sort of turned down the Everton job at first, and now he's taken it. What's that all about?
I mean, the whole situation with him taking this Everton job seems a bit daft because they made their intentions so clear that they didn't want Allardyce.
And they wanted Silva.
They wanted Marco Silva. They wouldn't give him a long contract the first time they spoke to Allardyce. He said it would be a short-term deal because I guess they hoped they'd get Silva another time if they couldn't at that point. He wasn't interested. He also wasn't apparently interested in taking any more jobs, like you say. So it was kind of a strange one how that even came about. But however they've done it, whatever they've done to sweeten the deal, it could prove to be a masterstroke because he is a great Premier League manager. He's one of the I mean, he was in our quiz last week. He'd managed 6 teams, and he'd had success at virtually all of them compared to their stature. And I think, like you say, that he'll have a bit of money to spend here. If he's backed properly, this could be a really good match.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. I think it was great to see him back. I really like him as a manager. Latino boy here saying Everton won, Huddersfield won. He reckons Huddersfield will get it. Nishad says Rooney will score, but Huddersfield will win. There's a lot of love here for Huddersfield. He thinks, Jatin Sharma thinks it's 2-1 Huddersfield. So a lot of people not really sure that
Allardyce is going to have that magic effect.
I think they'll do well. A couple of people here saying Rooney will score. I reckon he will. But guys, it's time for you to get focused and ready for the quiz. Get ready to type your answers. It's going to be Ed versus you guys. And first, let's get the quiz intro with a rather unflattering picture of me. Let's get right into the quiz. Get ready. We're about to start. Right, guys, it's time for the Onefootball showdown. You guys against this man, who has hopefully no knowledge of this World Cup qualifying campaign, because that's what we're going to be doing today. And you guys got to make sure that you remember all the finer details of World Cup qualifying. Ryan was asking us, when is the quiz? Now is the quiz.
It's coming, mate. It's time.
It is ready. So, guys, what you're going to have to do is type the answers, type whatever you think, and I'm just going to take the majority vote from you guys that will represent you guys, and then Ed will chip in with his answer. Don't worry, we'll give you plenty of time to get ready with your answers. So, without further ado, let's begin the quiz.
Let's do it.
Which team finished qualifying with a perfect record? That means they won all their games. Which team finished qualifying with a perfect record and 12 consecutive clean sheets? It's one of these three.
That's a great question.
Croatia, Senegal, or Iran. So we've got 3 different federations there. We've got Asia, we've got Europe, Africa, and Asia. And one of these teams finished qualifying with a perfect record, all wins, no losses.
Well, I don't mind admitting straight off the bat that I do not know the answer to this. It's not a good start. It's not like last week's Premier League quiz. I actually have no idea. I mean, kind of the logical thing to say, if you sort of look at FIFA rankings, you might think it was Croatia, but then it's likely that they're in, maybe a tough UEFA group, so I don't know about that.
Well, Doran Boy says Brazil, which is not really going to help you much.
That's not helpful, no.
Olua Palumi says, Nishad says Germany. Well, Germany had a perfect record, but they didn't keep 12 consecutive clean sheets.
Yep.
So this team here, one of these teams here, finished qualifying with a perfect record and 12 incredible
That's great, isn't it?
Clean sheets.
So I don't know anything about Iran's qualifying campaign. Maybe,
I'm getting a lot of mixed answers here, guys.
That's a good question.
We got Croatia, Senegal, Iran, Croatia, Iran, Croatia. Somebody here, Nishad, saying Germany conceded. Very well spotted. Not a lot of love for Senegal. Oh no, getting love for Senegal right now.
Okay.
So it's a mixed one. I can see a majority forming here, so I need your answer first.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to rule out Senegal I've watched the African Cup of Nations a few times, and there's a lot of goals normally.
Mm-hmm.
They fly in, so I don't think in their qualifying campaign they'd have kept them out. So I am going to go with my gut instinct, and I'm going to say Iran.
Well, you're going with the same answer as these guys. Most of you guys going with Iran. Jatin saying maybe it was Iran because they have shitty opponents.
Maybe,
Which,
yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe they probably do have shitty opponents.
Croatia. I think Croatia went through the playoffs. So you're saying Iran. Ed's saying Iran. Are you guys right?
It's going to be Iran.
And drum roll, please. It's
yes. One apiece. One
managed
apiece.
by, do you know who their manager is? You'd know him.
It's not Carlos Queiroz
It
or
is?
someone. It's
Still
Carlos
Carlos
Queiroz,
Queiroz, yeah, he's
ex-Manchester
been there.
United assistant manager and Real Madrid boss back in
Very
the day.
true, very true. Very instrumental in Cristiano Ronaldo's career, actually. He was a big influence in his career. So, let's go with the next question. That's 1-1 right now,
One
guys.
apiece.
So
This is it.
we'll get this. What did Peruvian fans cause by celebrating qualifications? So, they were celebrating and in Chile, and they caused something. So, is it 100 million euros in damages, or the local currency? 100 million euros in damages. An earthquake, did they set off an earthquake alert? Or did they cause a 2-day traffic jam?
Well, I mean, whatever the answer is here, that's some party, isn't it?
That is good, isn't it?
That's what
Yeah.
should happen when someone qualifies for the World Cup. All hell should break loose. That is quality. So well done, Peru fans, whatever you did.
So let me just tell you. Yeah, Football Highlights says Iran didn't keep a clean sheet against Syria. That's right, but then they went on a 12-game consecutive run. They didn't. They conceded 3 goals over the whole campaign. Jatin Sharma got it right. De Gea fan got it right. Wonky Doo-Doo, sorry.
Wonky Doo-Doo
got it right. He posted it twice, so he got it double right. Latino Boy said Iran. Pirate Pokemon Go said Iran. Lol Ronaldo said Iran. Wonky Doo-Doo said Iran 3 times. Incredible. Albert Rico says, obviously it's Iran. Like it was the most easy
where was
question
he?
in the
Where
world.
was he back when the last question was coming?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to read out what Jatin said. Doran Boy says 2-day traffic jam. Latino Boy also says traffic jam. 100 million damages says Pirate Pokemon Go. Need more answers with you guys?
Well,
Come
I mean,
on.
the 100 million euros in damages, that could be loads of damage to cheap stuff, or they just smashed up like the City Hall or something.
Yeah.
So that could be possible. The earthquake alert, I mean, that surely can only happen if they're just stomping around. I'm not having that. No chance. Maybe there was a real earthquake and they just attributed it to the fans.
Jake Love says, I have no fucking idea.
Well, I'm glad he's helping out.
Yeah, he's helping out. He's
Glad
chipping
he's on
in.
board.
Jake,
Cheers, mate.
lots of love to Jake Love.
The 2-day traffic jam can happen. I've never been to Peru, but I've been to some countries where the driving's a little bit suspect. I can imagine them just bailing middle of the road and running out and joining the party. So that's possible. But, I think I know what I'm going to go for. Are the fans ready?
The fans. Oh, I need some more answers with you guys, though. Come on.
Oh, I'm switching now. No, I'm switching.
Okay. What do you got? What have you got?
Oh, it's one of the outside 2. I'm not having that earthquake alert. I'm going to go for. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm going to go for that traffic jam.
You're going to say
I'm gonna say the
traffic
traffic jam.
These guys are saying. Ooh, I've got a light. Yeah. Okay, they're saying earthquake alert.
There's a late influx
There's a
for
late
earthquake
influx
there.
for earthquake alert, but also traffic jam. But for the benefit of the quiz,
No!
earthquake alert. 2-1.
No
you
way.
guys have taken the lead 2-1.
That's good, that, isn't it?
They
That's some
set off an
celebration.
earthquake alarm. Yeah, in Chile, where there were a lot of earthquakes in the region, and the Peruvians had a bit of fun.
That's amazing.
Right, isn't it? It's
That's
great.
amazing. That's what World Cup qualification should look like.
Yeah, lovely.
Widespread national panic.
We've got another nice question coming up about that as well. A lot of countries are getting excited. But first, a negative question.
Ooh.
Which of these teams is ranked lowest in the world according to their FIFA ranking? Yeah. So we have 3.
They're not all qualified, are they? Are Estonia in the World Cup? Maybe
Yeah, I
they
don't know
are.
how Estonia got in there. Uh-oh.
Maybe because they're that low.
Yeah, well, they're not in the World Cup. Forget it then. It's out of 2 choices.
Or it could be Estonia.
It might be Estonia,
because
but
they're
not.
in there for a reason, right? I don't know what
Yeah.
to go for.
Well, it's the World Cup. Who's the lowest ranked in the World Cup? So you've got 2 choices. I can give you a 3rd choice if you want.
I want Estonia, mate. Forget your 3rd choice. Poke it. I'm going Estonia.
But So it's Russia or Saudi Arabia or Panama.
Or Panama now. Panama have joined the party. Bloody hell. All right then. Well, I mean, Russia are hosting. It'd be a bit mean, wouldn't it, if FIFA just slapped a dirty, great, lowest ranked in the world sticker on them? That's a bit mean.
Yeah. So guys, just to clarify in the chat, don't say Estonia, because it's not Estonia.
They're going to do it now, Max.
Yeah.
No one listens to you.
So Gerrard slipped and England got
Let's all go for
earthquake alert.
Estonia. Let's all go for Estonia.
So
Come on.
Saudi Arabia or Russia? Who's lower in the World Cup of the two?
I mean, Saudi Arabia must be. There's a load of sand there, isn't there?
Stop saying Estonia.
Come on, I'll go Estonia. We'll all go for Estonia. Come on.
Because it probably
We can
is
make it
Estonia,
happen.
But they're not in the World Cup. Now, of the World Cup teams, who's the ranked
It
lowest?
doesn't say that in the question, Max. We're all going for Estonia. It's been decided.
I wrote these questions. Well, I didn't write that way, but it doesn't matter. Estonia? No, not Estonia. Russia or Saudi Arabia? Which one is it, Ed? Russia or Saudi Arabia? A lot of love here.
If you're going to really be a sport and take out the favourite, I'll have to go Saudi Arabia because it's a land of sand. They've done very well to get to the World Cup, I think.
People still commenting it's Estonia.
I'm willing to take a draw. We'll both get it wrong, but we'll just ruin Max's question.
They're all saying Saudi Arabia. I've got one here, Football Highlights is saying Russia. Should we reveal the answer? You're saying Estonia. They're saying Estonia. It's still 2-1 to them.
Estonia!
It is Russia.
What?
Estonia is lower ranked, but I told you it's not Estonia. But yeah, Russia's the lowest ranked team in the World Cup.
No. Saudi Arabia. Lower than Saudi Arabia.
Oh, Saudi Arabia,
Lower
much
than Panama.
better, yeah. Panama are one spot above. I don't know how Estonia got in there.
I'm stunned. What a good question.
Yeah.
Have you checked that?
No, 100%. Russia are the lowest ranked team in the World Cup.
He's not checked that.
Yes, I
He's not
stole it
checked
from
that.
another quiz. It's Russia is 65th in the world. I mean, it maybe has to do with the fact that they played a lot of friendlies and lost a lot of friendlies.
Well, they wouldn't even be in the World Cup, probably, would they, unless they were
Yeah.
hosting it.
I've got a great fact for you tomorrow with Poland when we do the World Cup draw. But
I'll bring
make sure
my
you
own.
tune
We'll
in.
do a trade. I'll bring my
Yeah.
own great fact.
Fun fact.
Tune in.
Yeah. So, a positive question. Which nation declared a national holiday after they qualified?
Estonia.
It was Estonia. Yeah, Estonia.
Estonia, people in... Tarun Chandra says, hi guys, remember E? Of course, Tarun, how you doing? Nishad rightly saying Estonia's in the 80s. That is correct, but we messed up. So it's still 2-1 to you guys. Nobody lost out on that. 2-1 to you guys. Ed needs to catch up. Which nation?
Is it 2-1? We all went for Estonia there. I think we need to look at the rule book.
No, it's 3-2. Sorry, 3-2.
Oh, who's keeping score here?
Me,
What's
I'm
going
keeping
on?
score. 3-2.
They're
Fake
awful
news.
scores. That's not true.
Well,
Let's
it
move
was
on.
2-1 before, now it's 3-2. Which nation declared a national holiday after qualifying? No, it's not 3-2. It's 2-1. Fuck.
It's 2-2, mate.
It's 2-1. Which nation declared a national holiday after qualifying? Was it A, Saudi Arabia, B, Panama, or C, Iceland? Now, we know that Saudi Arabia, they've qualified. Have they qualified for a World Cup before?
They have.
Do you remember which one?
It was 1990. I'm lying. I don't know.
It was
In fact,
2002.
it was because Klose smashed 5 in against them, didn't he?
8.
8?
No, he didn't
scored
smash. Yeah,
5.
sorry. They smashed 8. He scored 5.
Yeah.
3, 4? I don't know. So Saudi Arabia have qualified before, but maybe they've got a new leader. Maybe stuff going on.
A new
Panama.
leader.
Panama's first time qualifying for a World Cup. Iceland's first time qualifying.
They're
for a
the
World
only
Cup.
two, I think, aren't they? The only two newbies.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
They're the
Panama
only
and Iceland.
newbies.
So, guys, who declared a national holiday after qualifying? So I'm getting a lot of the Football Community 11 says, please say my name. Football Community 11, please let us know what your answer is. Getting a lot of different answers here, but I feel like I'm getting more of one here. What are you kind of leaning towards?
It's a toughie, isn't it? I've just actually got back from Iceland. Lovely place. I didn't notice. I couldn't really tell anyone was at work at all while I was there, so it felt like a national holiday pretty much all the time. I don't think anyone would notice if there was a national holiday in Iceland. Sleepy little place. Panama.
I've got a tip for you here. M. Curtis Bond, he says Panama, they're always looking for ways to get out of work.
Well,
So similar to your Iceland thinking there, there's maybe just two. Maybe that's why they never qualified before, because they never really went to work.
I think that's a blanket statement, Max.
Yeah.
I'm not sure all people from Panama are constantly trying to get out of work.
I don't think so. A lot of people make hats.
They've got to make hats, yeah. They're not going to make themselves.
We've got great bananas in Panama as well. Any more Panama?
And papers, yeah.
Yeah? Lots of papers. And any more Panama facts that you guys got, let us know in the comments.
How many of those do you think we're going to get?
Yeah.
Send your Panama facts in. This show's changing.
Yeah. Got Nishad saying, it should be, this is an interesting logic he's applying here. It should be Panama because if Peru caused a crazy earthquake, then their distant neighbours got a holiday.
That's some good thinking.
That's like
That's Sherlock Holmes.
around the corner and back again.
Who was that?
Doran Boy says my phone died. Well, how did you?
That was Nishad. Nishad, I'm going to start listening to you more often.
This
That
is
was
X-Files. Doran Boy said his phone died, but he's texted that his phone died. So is he not watching on his phone?
I don't know what he's doing here.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm
Quick answer.
Panama.
And we got Panama here from the people, and it's Panama is correct.
3-2 to me, I think.
No,
That's my
to them.
scores.
3-2 to them. You got that one wrong, and they got it right.
They went for Estonia.
No, that one.
You're like Sepp Blatter.
Next question, please. Before he accuses me of being Sepp Blatter, come on. Who was the joint top scorer alongside Robert Lewandowski in the qualifiers? So, Robert Lewandowski scored 16 goals. He's officially the top scorer because he did it in 10 games.
Right.
One of these three also scored 16 goals. So was it Brazil's Neymar, Australia's Tim Cahill, or Saudi Arabia's Mohamed Al-Salawi? Who scored 16 goals, drawing level with Robert Lewandowski as the top goal scorer?
Well, I'm not gonna rule him out, but I don't think it was Tim Cahill because I think he's around 75 years old and he can't keep scoring. So I'm not having that. He's a good player, but he's really, really old, Tim Cahill. So I'm not having that.
Justin Halke quickly is asking, spricht ihr auch Deutsch? Ja, wir sprechen auch Deutsch. Es gibt auch Onefootball German. So there's a German Onefootball channel. This is the English channel. That's why we're speaking English.
Yeah.
Just to clear that up.
Yeah.
But so you're saying Tim Cahill, our Australian producer here might have words with you because he's probably a big fan of Tim Cahill.
He's
still your best player. Matthew Leckie's quite good. He's all right. But Tim Cahill's what a legend. And he was one of the first players, I think, to switch allegiance because he played for like Samoa, I think.
Did he?
Or like some kind of islands. He played for, I'm going to look this up. He was at Millwall and he scored a screamer against United.
Great player. Loved
Niche
him.
knowledge,
Loved Big
yeah.
Tim. I don't know much at all about Mohamed Al-Salawi.
No.
The eye is obviously drawn to Neymar at first, but that could be a red herring, Max Merrill.
Yeah, or it could be a reverse red herring and I'm just
A
trying
double
to trick
bluff.
you. Yeah, double bluff.
A double bluff. What does Nishad reckon?
Nishad.
He's the
Gotta
Sherlock
find out.
Holmes here.
Nishad. Don't know if I've got an answer from Nishad yet.
Oh,
Nishad,
he's
if you're
keeping his
listening,
cards close to his chest.
Yeah. He's making sure. Yeah, I haven't got an answer from him
Well,
yet.
I was suitably impressed with Iran's...
The Haya fan says he's pooping, so that's good.
All right, that's nice to know.
Yeah, nice.
I
Cheers,
was
guys.
impressed with Iran's...
Christian Pulisic is in the chat. He says, you guys have funny accents. Yeah, that's because we're not Americans, Christian. That's an odd thing
Brits.
for Christian to be doing on a Thursday night, just in the Onefootball chat. But, you know, later on we've got Cristiano Ronaldo.
We are what we are. I'm going to go...
Caroline says...
I'm going Neymar.
You're saying Neymar. Wait, hold on. We're getting a lot of different ones here. I'm getting a bit of love for Al-Salawi.
Neymar.
So they're going for Al-Salawi. You're going for Neymar.
Neymar. No!
Of course, it's Al Nasser's 30-year-old striker who we all know and love, who signed for $8 million for Al Nasser. And
Where's he from?
Saudi Arabia.
He's from Saudi, is he?
So, big, if you want to place a cheeky bet on the top goal scorer at the World Cup, maybe that guy's your man, Al-Salawi.
Maybe. Well, that's 3-3 now, isn't it? So let's move on.
So how tall is a football goal?
Okay.
Simple. Just need your guys' answers.
Oh, that's stingy. That's not very...
I feel like I have to go back to Caroline here, who earlier on posted that we have maxed out of Panama jokes and did max ed.
Well, that's awful. That's awful, yeah. Caroline. Shame on you.
I liked it there.
I don't know, but I can almost reach a goal post, if I jump a little bit.
If you jump. So a standard sized goal, how high up is the bar, guys?
Can you reach one?
Ronaldo's going to come soon, Jatin. Are we going to do Ronaldo in a minute, Anthony? What do you reckon? Are we going to do him after the quiz? Yeah, he'll come soon after we finish the quiz. Doran Boy says it's Shane Long. I don't know what exactly he's after. So how high up is a standard football goal? Kevin Ramirez says 235. You reckon you can jump up and touch it? How tall are you, Ed?
I'm a healthy 5'11". I'm not really, but I'm close to that. Which doesn't really. I'm 178 in centimetres. So can I jump 50 centimetres high? I believe so.
You're trailing
But
at
not,
the moment.
but not much. I'm not.
4'2".
We're level. I'm going 235. I'm with Kevin.
A lot of 235s, a lot of 244s, guys. I think just about the majority here saying 244 from you guys. You're saying 235?
Yep.
Answer, please. It's 244!
Oh, they've Man City'd me. They're beyond reach.
Out of reach.
Oh.
244.
I was so good last week.
I know, guys. But these guys, they're stepping the game. It was Germany.
It's one against loads here.
Yeah, now you've got a chance to redeem yourself. Maybe you can just restore the dignity. Germany, they've scored 224 goals in the World Cup. Brazil have scored 221 World Cup goals, but who is third?
There can only be one, can't there? There can only be one.
Well, it's not one of the options.
Okay, that sucks.
Argentina, Spain, or Italy?
Well, Italy are defensive merchants. I'm not having that. They're good at the back. They've got great goalkeeper, good defence. I know they've had Paolo Rossi back in the 80s. I know he was top scorer once, but they're not really famed for their attacking prowess.
Guys.
Not really. Spain, they've not historically done that well at World Cups. I know that they've done very well in the last 10 years or so.
Yeah.
But before that, they were always like, letting people down. They were never quite as good as they should have been. They were far worse than the sum of their parts.
Nishad knew it was 244, by the way. He's the one to watch out.
Nishad, where were you, mate?
Yeah.
Argentina seem the hot favourite. I mean, they've got Maradona.
That's true.
Maradona scored plenty. They've got people like Batistuta. They've got loads of. I mean, their strikers are always great. They've got Aguero. They've got Higuain. They've got Carlos Tevez. They've got Dybala. They're just a striker factory.
Hold on with the answer. Hold on. No, not yet.
I'm going Argies.
You're going Argentina.
I'm going to the Argies.
Here we've got Italy at the moment, kind of winning.
This is going to be a point for me then.
So, Italy, I think, been at the most World Cups out of those.
This is long overdue.
Probably.
I'm about to get a point that they haven't.
Let's go.
No!
Italy! Knocking him out the park. 6-3. I think we're down to one last question, aren't we? Or is this the final question?
There it comes.
Boca Juniors is a football team, and they originate from which country?
We spelt Uruguay right there.
Uruguay.
That says Uruguay.
Uruguay. I think that's just aimed at you.
Okay, a bit harsh.
I think what's happened is Sasha's
Name calling.
saying you're gay.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong
We're,
with that
we're
at
not
all.
Russia here.
No. Exactly. As you will soon find out in our Russia clip.
Oh, I think I know.
Yeah, you think you know. Well, let's see. People comment. I don't know if people are saying Argentina from the previous answer, so make sure you comment now quickly.
Well, I remember a certain striker from the Premier League moving over from Boca Juniors, joining West Ham, I think. Back then, it was disputed. It wasn't really legal. He got into a bit of trouble. He went on to become quite a divisive Premier League figure, but a really good player. And I remember.
I think
he turned up from Boca.
I think I know who you're talking about, Carlos Tevez.
So if I may,
yeah,
I'm going Argentina.
Well, there's Jake Love saying Brazil, but pretty much everyone else saying Argentina. The answer, please, is Argentina. Correct.
That's the first one I've got right in a while. Yeah.
I make that 7-4 that you've lost.
That's embarrassing.
That is pretty embarrassing.
That's embarrassing. Ed. So I doff my cap to you.
At the moment, or is there any more questions? Are we out? We're done, aren't we? We're done. Okay, lovely. 7-4. Great, guys. Great for participating.
Fair play, guys.
Nice one. And I think now we're going to see how Ed fared when the world's best player, one of the world's best players, he certainly thinks he's the world's best player.
Juicy.
Became a Onefootball fan, sat down on this very couch where we are sitting now. Let's see how that panned out. Cristiano Ronaldo, or is it Cristiano Ronaldo?
Okay, so last week when I was on the show, I asked the producers if I could get an interview with Cristiano Ronaldo. And, well, I guess this counts. Thank you for joining me, Cristiano. I'm very excited to meet you. I've always been a big fan.
I'm a big fan of you too.
Well, good. The feeling's mutual then. I wanted to start off with a question you might not be too happy with. You've you've actually had more children this season, I believe, than you've scored goals. That's not good, is it?
Well, yes, I scored many goals in the Champions League. It's my favorite competition. 8 goals in 5 games, pretty good.
But I mean, for
but-
La Liga, it's not so good, is it? I mean, Messi's had no problem scoring, has he?
Well, don't talk to me about him. You know what happens when they talk to me about him, you know?
Okay, all right. I mean, that's absolutely disgusting. Thank you for that. I'll keep off the Messi questions for now. So let's move on. Let's talk about football then, because I don't want to get covered in vomit a second time. Let's talk about Keylor Navas, your goalkeeper, because he had a bit of a shocker at the weekend, didn't he?
Yes, it was awful. I thought it was very embarrassing for Real. You know, I had to bail out the team again with last-minute goal. He was a Mr. Flaps a lot now.
But I mean, do you think he's good enough? Do you think maybe you should replace him with a better goalkeeper?
Yes, we need a better goalkeeper, maybe with a better name, somebody like Kepa. I hear he's good goalkeeper.
The Bilbao keeper, you think he might be a good option for you guys?
Yes, he out of contract, which means Real has more goals, more money. I mean, to give me more money.
You want some more money, do you?
Well, I mean, come on, Ed. We both know I'm the best player in the world. I deserve all the money I can get.
I mean, I won't go there, but some think you might be the second best player in the world.
Well, who would you be talking about?
No, you know what? Let's move on. Let's talk more about goalkeepers, though. What do you think of Joe Hart? Because, I mean, he's England's goalkeeper, as you can see. England fan. Do you think he might be a choice for Real Madrid?
No, not really. I think, you know, he played at City, he played for England, he played in Torino. I think now he's about to find his level in the Championship with West Ham.
In the Championship? You think they're going to get relegated?
Of course, look at David Moyes. He's the reason I didn't go back to Manchester United.
Well, that's a bit harsh, I think, Ronaldo, but fair enough, mate, fair enough. What about Courtois then? Because there's rumours at the moment that he's not going to sign a new deal with Chelsea, and I'd like to get your opinion on him.
Yes, he's a very good goalkeeper, speak Spanish, very tall. I think if you be goalkeeper, you have to be as tall as me, no? I mean, Keylor Navas, he is tiny, he's a tiny man.
Well, he's quite a good goalkeeper, though. I think that's slightly unfair, Ronaldo.
No, Mr. Flaps a lot, he's very bad.
Fair enough. Let's talk about Wayne Rooney then, an old teammate of yours, because he scored one of the great United goals, didn't he? I mean, did you ever score a goal better than that, Ronaldo?
Not yet, but I will. You know, it's only a matter of time before I score like that. I usually try to score a normal goal. You know, the goalkeeper is in the goal, and I beat the goalkeeper. If the goalkeeper is not in the goal, it's very easy. You know, but you know, I love Waza. Waza, a good friend of mine. You know, it's a shame about his face, but you know, not everyone can look like me. Hello, lady.
Well, I mean, if you wouldn't mind just popping that back on, Ronaldo, this is a family show, mate. Nobody needs to. There we go. Okay. That's a bit better. Thank you very much. I just wanted to ask you very quickly about the statue that's being made of you, because there was, I mean, it was a laughing stock, the one that was made in Madeira, but apparently you're having a new one made.
Yes, Real make another statue for me. I mean, it's just, you know, when you get to the level like me, you play very good, and everybody wants to make statue. Not everyone can do justice to my face, you know, but the new one is very nice. I like it a lot. It looks like me, very chiseled, you know. I have chiseled
Ronaldo,
features.
Don't you think it's strange that no one ever makes one of your body? Do you think maybe there might be something wrong? I mean, it's only ever your head.
No, but look at this body. I mean, what can you say about this body? Ladies and gentlemen, yes, very nice.
Okay, well, I mean, I think we've seen just about enough for the time being. Thank you very much for joining us, Ronaldo. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've absolutely loved every minute of it. Thank you very much.
Yes, I love it too. I love you too, Ed.
Oh,
yes, we get cozy now.
You have very long arms, Ronaldo.
Yes, very stretchy. I do a lot of yoga, you know.
One experience, eh?
Well, they say don't meet your heroes, but sometimes it's gold.
Now, a lot of people saying, oh, we've been trolled. We didn't mean to troll anyone. We're just having a bit of fun. That was our very own Cristiano Ronaldo, sort of...
I don't see what the problem is, Max.
Yeah. He's a cool guy. Ronaldo, stop that, says Ryan. Yeah, he was getting a little bit touchy-feely towards the end.
Yeah. No, you know, I wasn't ready for it. We're not that close yet, you know?
Yeah. Well, guys, I mean, now, obviously, let's talk about who's the best. Now, we're not going to talk about Messi and Ronaldo. We do need to talk about, because tomorrow we're going to be doing a live stream ahead of the World Cup draw. So that's happening tomorrow at 4 o'clock Central Eastern Time. Check out what that is in your time zone. You will get, obviously, if you subscribe to our channel, you'll get a notification that you're going live. Make sure you click onto notifications when you're subscribed, so then you'll always know when we're going live, and we'll always have the newest football content for you. But tomorrow is the Russia draw. You don't have to bother with the real stream. Just join us, and we're going to be talking all sorts. We've got some crazy facts about this coming World Cup. I'm getting excited. Are you getting excited?
Mate, I can't wait. World Cup.
I wasn't really that excited yet because it's so far away, and I was like,
how long is 4 years? It's so long. The last one seems like so long ago.
Guys, let us know in the comments if you're excited about Russia, about the World Cup this summer. It's only, how many months is it? I think 7 months?
7 months till the World Cup. That's nothing. We're nearly there, guys. It's going to be so good.
Yeah, and the World Cup final, guys, is going to be in a little city called Moscow.
Mm-hmm.
I think something like 20 million people live there. It's a huge place. And Onefootball decided to go undercover in Moscow to show you the true face of Russia. And we found some pretty astounding stuff, including, well, not so astounding that they can drink a lot of vodka, the Russians.
They can drink a lot of vodka, and they can't half make a good subway station.
Yes, they can.
They're very good at that.
Very good. And then,
You're in for a treat.
So let's have a look at what Russia is looking like less than a year before the World Cup final. Let's take a look at what Moscow's up to.
Permission to film in Russia isn't easy to get. So we didn't. Less than a year from the World Cup final, we went undercover in Moscow to give you the lowdown from up high. On the streets of the city where football's next fairy tale will be written, we wanted to get the truth about a country that combines a deep, rich history of art, science and literature, mixed with a carefully curated image of might, muscle, machismo and a little madness. Really genuine batshit madness. And how does all of that compare to the real thing fans and players will find when they actually get to Russia next year? As the clock ticks down, Moscow, where the final will be played, is a construction site. The central part of the famous city is getting a Kardashian-scale facelift as it prepares for what is expected to be easily the biggest influx of authorised outsiders in the nation's history. Bigger than the Olympic Winter Games in Sochi and bigger than the Summer Games of 1980 that were held when America and Russia were stuck in a dangerous cycle of dick measuring known as the Cold War. It's not so much the case anymore. The respective leaders seem to have a far closer working relationship these days. It's easy to take for granted that Russia will throw its doors open to anyone with a ticket to a game next year. It shouldn't. Like the Russian smile, the visa can be hard work to secure. Yes, it's a stereotype, but it doesn't exist without some foundation. Even in summer, Muscovites take some warming up. But the charm offensive is real. The effort to make the outsider feel welcome next year is real. From Red Square to the incredible Russia State University building and arguably the most beautiful of all attractions, the Moscow Underground. Signage will be available in English, so you won't have to worry if you need to get the train in the direction of Nebuzhmanish or anywhere else. It's all about accepting all comers and making them feel welcome. Unless, of course, you're openly gay, then you're going to have a really shit time and probably won't be encouraged to come at all. Yeah. That was a little heavy, so here's a drone shot. This is Luzhniki Stadium, made famous when John Terry slipped while taking a penalty during the Champions League final in 2008. Brutal. Just like the man the stadium was formerly named after, Vladimir Lenin. Statues are big in Moscow, from Vlad to Peter the Great, really big, to the general who rode into Berlin after World War II. It begs the question, what will the government erect if Russia gets out of its group when the tournament begins? Mind you, using recent form as a guide, I wouldn't go buying the stone just yet. Symbolism is important in Russia. It always has been. The monarchy is dead. The brand is now king. You can buy a Bentley in a shopping centre, take a shower in the suite Donald Trump famously entertained some friends. Or at the other end of the scale, you can try your luck getting around in a famous Russian-built lemon called the Lada. For the football tourist during the World Cup, you won't want for drinking options. One stereotype that holds watertight is the Russian love of drinking. The standard, I repeat, the standard vodka shot size is 100 millilitres. If, however, you don't want to be that typical tourist drinking vodka in a furry hat that you bought from the market, you can choose to get your headache another way. This really happens in Russia. The helmet gets more important as we go along here. We're halfway home. Yeah, that was a shovel. And wait for the finale. So if you can drag your headache out of bed the next day, Gorky Park awaits, where, if you've got your senses back, you can take a trip to a time predating safety standards by walking on top of a bridge with no handrails. Things will likely change if you're here for the World Cup, as Russia will be in a more self-conscious mode, presented like one giant month-long nationwide selfie. And just like the selfie, much as you might not like the idea of one, what it stands for, or how much time and money they had to pay to get it, the fact is, if the end result looks good, you'll likely forget. The poorly built stadiums, the North Korean labour, the tournament bidding process, and its missing computers. That's because, finally, thankfully, after all the noise, the whole thing will end with 64 beautiful games of football and one winner in a cool, beautiful, cruel, crazy, proud, historic, confusing, smart, mad and wildly interesting country absolutely like no other.
Ты надела новый мейкап, столько лестен, но мне не интересно. Ты так 100 вопросов.
So there you have it.
How cool is that? How cool
It's going to be a
that?
pretty amazing World Cup. It's a strange country, isn't it, Russia? I mean, it's an interesting place, and I think it'll be a decent World Cup. We're going to have lots of travelling for some teams, depending on what group they get in. Tomorrow is the draw, guys. Let us know if you're excited about the World Cup. What are you looking forward to? What teams are you looking forward to? And, most importantly, are you going?
Are you going?
Are you going? Are you going yet? Do you know if you're going yet?
Or it depends if Onefootball pull a bit of money
Yeah,
out.
we'll
I'm not putting my hand in my pocket. I'll have a word with the producers.
Yeah. What are you really looking forward to? Like, who are you looking forward to seeing? I mean, we've got a few people here saying they want Jatin says he wants Argentina or Portugal to win this World Cup because he wants one of the best players we've ever seen to lift it. What teams, what players are exciting you in this World Cup?
Well, I think it's high time Messi really. I mean, he got to the World Cup final before, but let's see Messi go full Messi and lift the World Cup. If England can't do it, which I think sort of goes without saying actually, if England can't do it, Messi would be brilliant, wouldn't he? Germany would be pretty damn cool. They've got an amazing squad. I'm really looking forward to seeing them in action. Brazil, their squad's looking cool these days. In the past they've had like strikers like Fred that sort of. There's kind of big names in the Brazilian league, but these days they can have Firmino and Neymar and Coutinho. These like megastars.
Brazil are looking very
megastars,
good.
and if they can switch it on, they could be so good to watch. So I'm really pleased. I'm really looking forward to watching Brazil. A big final between Brazil and Argentina, something like that would be so good. But we have to wait and see what the draw is like first.
Yeah, I mean, the draw's going to be interesting as well because in pot 2, you've got a few big teams like Spain and
England, of course.
as well,
yeah.
of course.
Pot 2's a stinker for England. We didn't need that, but that happened.
And then you've got in pot 3, you've got Egypt with none other than Mo Salah, who's lighting up the Premier League right now, isn't he?
He doesn't even need 90 minutes these days. He came on last night for Liverpool, 25 minutes left, and he's smashed in 2 goals. Absolutely brilliant, Mo Salah. So Egypt may be in pot 3. They may not historically be a very big name, but with a player that good in that sort of form, they're going to be ones to watch out for, I think.
It's Jero saying Colombia is someone he's looking forward to. Carlin's looking forward to seeing Portugal. Vivito reckons it'll be Spain and Argentina in the final. Two teams that have kind of got slightly aging squads. I'd say definitely Spain, although they have got young players coming through who might get a chance at this World Cup. They've got, I mean, probably, for me at least, I'm biased, the best goalkeeper. But if not the best, one of the very best goalkeepers. They've got a pretty solid defence.
Yep.
Pretty solid midfield, pretty solid attack.
They're always going to be a force, Spain, with the talent they've got in the generation coming through. I know their sort of golden generation is aging slightly. A few have retired, but they've just got a production line, Spain. So I think they're going to be fine. You can't rule France out. There's that silly graphic doing the rounds on social media where you can have like 4 world-class players in almost any position on the pitch.
Yeah.
They are so good.
It is crazy, yeah.
The players they'll have to leave off the plane would be starters for most of the other countries, even rivals. Some of the rivals would field those players. So can't rule France out. This is going to be a big World Cup.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be a big
favourites, I've got to say, France right up there.
Yep.
Germany.
Brazil
look really good.
They do look really good.
I mean, they've got great players in every position. And since Tite took over from Dunga, they're looking a lot more of a threat to me, a lot more solid. And you've got a great attack. The thing is, what they've got now is Gabriel Jesus. They've got a proper striker.
Exactly.
Last World Cup was Fred. Bloody Fred.
You couldn't go to more polar opposites than go from Fred to Gabriel Jesus.
Yeah.
Gabriel Jesus looks about 12.
Yeah. And then you've got Firmino, like you rightly point out, who's been playing as a centre forward for Liverpool as well.
Kind of a strange centre forward. He's not an out-and-out striker, not the way Gabriel Jesus is, but he does so much for the team, such hard work. And you've seen the way, when he turns it on, the way Liverpool can play with him and Mane and Coutinho.
Yeah.
That could be a big factor in the World Cup, that relationship between Firmino and Coutinho.
We're getting trolled here a little bit. Ryan and Owen both saying they're looking forward to Estonia playing.
Great banter. This guy's a fool for including them in the quiz.
Jatin says he's placing his bet on Estonia.
Good lad. I'm going to throw in money with you.
Esteban Cruz, who is backing Colombia for the win.
Colombia was so good at the last World Cup. That was the great thing. No one really expected that, but they were amazing.
Yeah.
James Rodriguez with that absolute wonder goal. Who can forget that giant grasshopper locust thing that was riding around on him in one of those games? That was really cool. Do you remember that? He had a huge bug on his arm.
Who did?
You've never seen this?
What's going on?
Oh, it was so cool. It was really cool. It happened.
Well, I just want to quickly go through the pots before we leave, because tomorrow at 4 o'clock Central European time, you've got to tune into Onefootball for the live World Cup draw, where we're going to be giving you, we're going to talk to you, let us know in the comments what you guys want to talk about. We're going to keep you live and up to date with everything that's happening. Let's quickly go through the pots. Pot 1, we've got Russia, the hosts.
Yes.
Then we've got Germany, Brazil, Portugal, Argentina, Belgium, Poland, France. Tricky question, of those, who's the best team? Who could win the World Cup?
Germany.
Germany.
Germany are the best team, I think.
Ranked number 1 in the world?
Yeah, closely followed by France. I know Brazil are second in the rankings, but I'd rather face Brazil than France,
Yeah.
I think. But no one wants to play Germany.
Now, if you're in pot 1, who do you really want to avoid? You've got in pot 2, you've got Spain, Peru, Switzerland, England, Colombia, Mexico, and Uruguay, and Croatia. Spain is definitely up there, aren't
Well,
they?
it pains me to say it, but I don't think any of those big teams are going to really fear England.
No.
They probably won't be too happy about them being in the group. It's a potential stumbling block, but we've seen in World Cups past, they don't really turn it on.
Colombia and Uruguay, dangerous sides, though.
Very
as well.
dangerous. You wouldn't want Colombia, you wouldn't want Spain. Uruguay are really good going forwards. I mean, Croatia, the midfield they can field. They can have Modric and Rakitic.
Yeah, great
What
players.
a midfield.
Yeah, yeah. And Miralem Pjanic.
Yeah, doing the business for Inter.
Great stuff. Denmark, in the pot 3 now.
Yep.
Little bit, easier probably. Not as many strong teams there, but a few stumbling blocks, I think. Denmark, Iceland, Costa Rica, Sweden, Tunisia, Egypt, Senegal, and Iran. And I mean, Iran, we've been talking earlier.
12
they had a
consecutive clean sheets.
Yeah, fantastic qualifying, 100% record. They didn't lose a single game. Then you have Egypt with Mo Salah,
Exactly.
who's dangerous
There's
any
talent.
day.
Let's
Yeah.
not talk about Iceland.
Sweden we need to talk about
Yeah, let's
tomorrow
not-
as well,
yeah.
because Zlatan, maybe.
We've got history with Iceland, but Sweden,
Yeah.
I mean, Sweden managed to knock Italy out in that playoff. So if they can take a big, historically fantastic World Cup side like Italy out of the equation before it even starts, let's not rule them out.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, in pot 4, you've got Serbia, who've got some great players, really. They've got some very, very decent players. And you know, they could be a threat to anyone. Of course, who could forget Mitrovic, their striker?
The walking red card.
The walking red card. He loves the sending off. But there's a couple of interesting players they've got. I reckon Serbia will be a stumbling block for whoever gets them because it's pot 4. Bear in mind.
Yeah.
So that's meant to be the weakest team in the club.
You're expecting basically just a non-runner team that can't put up a fight. But no one would be happy playing Serbia. You know.
Yeah.
In previous World Cups, they'd have been a pot 2, pot 3 side at worst.
Very true. Nemanja Matic, also Serbian national.
The beast.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
If anyone can DM you if they want to take part in the quiz next week, we'll Skype you.
Yeah. Guys, let us know. Make sure you can send us on Twitter, for instance, or get in touch with Onefootball. Let us know if you guys want to take part in the quiz and be on Skype on the show, and you could face off with Ed here, for instance, or with me, and be live there for the quiz. So make sure you send us a message either on Twitter to us. Here are our Twitter handles, to Onefootball, or just get in touch with us any kind of different way. So let us know if you want to be part of the quiz. Skype in live and take part in the quiz. It's going to be a big one. Lots of questions, lots of comments from you guys. Great for getting involved again. I can't go through everything again, but please get in touch with us tomorrow. Make sure you tune in the World Cup draw with myself and Ed.
I can't wait. It's going to be great. Make sure you join us. Make sure you join us. It's going to be so exciting to find out who everyone's playing in the World Cup. So make sure you're there.
So wherever you're from, make sure you let us know in the comments when we get live tomorrow. And we want to know what you guys want to talk about. We're going to have an exciting time with the World Cup draw. It's going to be boring, the FIFA stream. So you want to get here on the Onefootball couch with us.
Come and join us.
Thanks, guys. And we'll see you tomorrow or next Thursday. I hope it's going to be tomorrow. See you again.